2016. This will be the 20th problem, about 20 seconds away. You can see that our town is lighting up here. Lots of great colors. Currently, where am I on the leaderboard? About 73rd place. All right, so let's look at problem 20. Okay, blocked IPs. It's messy. Which IPs are allowed? Okay. They're not dot decimal, they're 32-bit integers. Okay. Suppose and you retrieve the following blacklist that are not allowed. Then, okay, what's the lowest IP value that is not blocked? All right, get our puzzle input. This is a bunch of ranges. So what can I do with this? Let's see, could I map them to something like this? And then this would be like low, high. And update low, read string, update high with read string like this. Actually, why don't you just match here and then map read string like this. Okay, then what we can do is we can make a bunch of predicates. My preds will be equal to, let's see, take the clipboard lines, map parse, so then map, okay, so we want a function that returns a function from a number and then returns whether that number is less than, whether it falls into the range. So let's see, this is inclusive. Therefore, like this, the first thing here, then the number x, then the second thing here. All right, let's try this. Can we count the preds? Okay, first of preds, and then apply this to a number like 0. Nope, it's saying that it's not. So this should be returning a function. It looks like it is, but it's saying, is the problem that, all right, first of clipboard lines. Okay. Okay. And like this. All right. Okay, and then to solve, take range, remove sum, a function, let's see, so sum here on the, we can just say this, for x in range when it's the case not any, what is the syntax for not any? See, I think there's an every pred. It takes a set of predicates that returns true if all of it's composed. Interesting. So that's not exactly what we have here. Could we just sort of reverse this here? Or is it better to, so I think that this is just going to be a function from f where we just take f and apply it to x. And we do it over our preds here and emit that, and then just get the first of these. Okay, taking a while, which looks promising. Let's see. So in this case, we're counting up to 4 billion, or I guess ooh, I guess. Oh no, this should be fine. Yeah, we're just going to keep counting up because this will go into the. So Java's ints are signed, but this will just automatically give us a long here. Okay. Let's see. Would it be a little bit easier? Let me just make sure. So get in admin core count of preds 1075. Let's double check here that there are in fact no ending new line there. So okay, still cranking. Double check our problem statement. Okay, so what we can do here, let's see. So we could say something like, so I don't want to change what the definition of preds is, but I can go like this. Oh no, I can't. What I can do is, oh, that's bash. This is closure. All right, and then what happens if I try to run this piece of code? No pointer exception. This didn't work out. No, that looks pretty good. For x in range, when it's the case that not any f can I map preds2 to can I map 1 here to say preds like this? Pointer exception. It must have to do with the fact that nope. I mean, it should be parsing these. Well, still have my REPL going to give me a little bit of hope here. I might want to. I wonder. Maybe it'd be smarter to sort the predicates, because that way we can get the big. We can get the ones starting with low numbers out of the way quickly, I guess. I guess we could try this on a different thread. So let's see, sort this whole thing, then grab this. I'll actually need to. We don't have the Eclipse REPL. I was hoping that this would finish sooner. But what we can do is copy this to the clipboard. I don't want to lose my place either. Yeah, I wonder why. Yeah, I wonder what number it's gotten up to here. Maybe we could. Let's take a look at the problem statement. Might be misunderstanding something. Values that are not allowed. Yep. What is the lowest value IP that's not blocked? Okay. All right. So it seems like we just have a little ways to go. I'm going to examine this input a little bit here. Just take a look at the kinds of ranges that we're dealing with. Yeah, it might make more sense to just start looking at this and look for, I guess, in order for a value to be the lowest, such value, it would need to be the case that it would have to be one of these numbers on the end. So we only have to check. So we don't have to check all the numbers. We just have to check. So I think I can go like to this, and then these are our ideas like this. Then we just need to get, so let's see, an IO reader from temp ideas, align sequence, then map read string to it, then map ink to it. Then I think we can just map this thing to it. Or here we can go map. No, how does? Okay, so this is going to give us the list of numbers to try, and then we could just say for x in these, and then just do this here. Oops, like unmatched delimiter. It says unable to resolve x. For x in these things, yep. When like this, then just emit x. All right, so it's, I think it's saying that this is the number to go with. I wonder why we haven't found it. Maybe it's really just that slow. All right, let's try it. The right answer, rank 130. Okay, go back to day 20. How many IPs are allowed by the blacklist? Interesting. Okay, so I think we can take the same kind of approach here, where for x in this thing, so for the candidates, we're going to let our candidates be, or for y in we'll do this. So we'll go iterate increment on x, filter, no, take while this, so take while not any like that, and then we will emit y and count. So let's see. For value in y when this is, and then take while is the case that this has to be true. Emit the number y. Okay. Can we just like take one of this because it should be pretty fast? Okay, so that was our first answer. Taking 2. Okay. Oh, right. Yeah, this isn't going to work because we don't have a bound. So we also need to take while this number is less than or equal to, I think it's, so integer max int like this. Is this it? Integer 32, okay. Well, it's providing our biggest number here. And then, so it has to be, this number must be less than it. Okay. Count again. 119. Hey, rank 54. That was pretty good. Okay. Quick day. Let's let's take a look at the leaderboard, see how we move today. And up to 67. So went up. That's good. Let's talk about the problem. So yeah, so basically what you're given is a set of ranges, and each of these ranges defines an invalid range for numbers. So it's asking you questions about the range of 32-bit unsigned numbers that, and you want to find like one or all of them that don't fall into any of these ranges. And my initial approach was, do I even have it in here? No, I guess not. So my initial approach was that I wanted to just look at each of the numbers all in turn and find the first one that that didn't match. And that turned out to be much too slow. And yeah, it was probably just too slow because for each number we were running 1,000 predicates on it. So I sort of got the hint after seeing this run for a little while. But then also what I did was I took this and I pasted it into let's see. So yeah. So first thing that I did was I sorted these numbers, and I saw that, for example, obviously 0 isn't going to be part of it, and then this number ends in all 8s, and then there's a 9 here, and then you look at 62, and there is no 63, but oh no, it's actually a 4062, but this actually ends in 859. So, but you'll notice that since you know that you can't start with 0, pretty much the only places that it makes sense to start are going to be at the ends of these ranges, because like obviously anything that that from 0 up to this number is not going to be valid. And then for each of these numbers, when you go up from the upper part of the range, then once you reach a number that's no longer in that range, which, like in the case of this first pair, is going to be immediately, you're gonna end up with no numbers that match. Then you know that you're in the zone of another exclusion rule here, and then so your search can actually be quite efficient as long as you recognize this in advance. So I didn't, and then didn't get any points for part 1. But so essentially what I did was just a little dash foo here. So my so I use P as an alias for copying the contents of my clipboard to bash, and then also inserting this little pipe character here. So you can just do some some bash things like really quickly. So in this case, I'm going to sort, and then dash n. I want to sort numerically. If I didn't do this, then I would end up with everything that begins with 9, even though that's not what I want. I mean, I guess sorting this ultimately isn't going to matter. But then what I want to do is I want to extract sort of these second numbers here. And I could have done this in Clojure also, except it's pretty fast to do it in batch. We just want to say do a cut where my delimiter is dash, and I get the second number here, and then I was just redirecting this to a file which I called my ideas here, and then from within Clojure it's easy. Okay, I'm going to get all the ideas out, turn a line, seek, map, read string. Just nice little idiom for turning strings of numbers into numbers. And then furthermore, I'm going to want to map. I'm going to want to increment by 1 each of these numbers. And the reason to do that is that these ranges are inclusive. So obviously this number is not going to be contained there. And we got our answer almost immediately here. In fact, does this also work? I think I wrote a program that'll work with. Yeah. So first here gives us the first thing. So this is just basically saying for each of these candidate numbers, then we're going to look at what happens when you start with that number, or one greater than that number, and then just count up from there. And we're going to take everything that it's the case where it doesn't match any of these ranges. So we used a not any here. I briefly looked at changing this to use every pred, but I wasn't sure how quickly I could change this statement in here, because I didn't know. I think that so let's see, how would you represent that X must be outside of that range? Actually, probably I just need to do that. Yeah, I guess I would have done it. I was thinking about it in terms of like a mathematical relationship. And I think that would need to be expressed as like an or. So, or X is less than the first of the range, or X is greater than the second of the range. Anyway, so that's what's going on here. And then finally, my program wasn't returning, and I was wondering for a second, and then I realized that I needed to not let it go any higher than the max int. Clojure automatically promotes numbers through most of its options. So inc, for example, the behavior of inc will automatically promote an integer into a long, for example. So I needed to put this down in here. But then if you do that, then you can count up all these numbers, and it gets you 119 here, and that answer turned out to be correct. All right, yeah, let's take a look at our Advent calendar. Oh, yeah, very nice. I don't remember if the star was lit up when we started, but oh yeah, and I see now that we have a big snowflake on the side of the building. That's beautiful. All right, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 5 days of Advent of code left. We're coming into the home stretch, but having a lot of fun with it, and I hope you are too. And I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.